Alright guys, how's it going? Two things before I get into this video. One, I'll be hosting a live stream on here Saturday morning around 11 a.m. UK time if you want to come along for a natter. And two, what was two? Oh, two, I did pick two of you out from the comments yesterday to receive free Cop Talk VIP memberships. I've announced those winners over on my other YouTube channel, Duncan Oldham. The link is in the video description. It's in the morning briefing, basically, but it's right at the beginning of the morning briefing. I do that each day so that you don't have to be subjected to the entire thing. Today's is around an hour long, right? So, yeah, each day, morning briefing, I will, announce at least one person having received a free Cop Talk VIP membership. It's just my way of trying to give something back to you guys. So in this video, we're going to be talking about an article that cropped up in Germany yesterday. It's to do with Upamecano, who's also being linked with Real Madrid recently as well. I'm going to touch on that in case you missed it. There's a bit of Konaté in this. I'm just going to read the bullet points to you. I'm not going to read the article to you. And then I've got a bit of analysis in here or opinion from Dave, my AI assistant, who has been trained to analyze football news articles, the journalists that write them, and the websites, outlets that publish them. So basically, this article appeared in Bild, and the headline was Liverpool have this, in capital letters, this Bayern regular on their list. And then it goes on to say, are Bayern facing a very bitter departure? And it talks about Upamecano being a regular starter for the German record champions. His contract expires next summer. Bayern want to extend, but there's been no breakthrough yet. Further talks are planned soon, right? And then the article gets a bit more detailed or whatever. Basically, if no agreement is reached, he could leave on a free, attracting elite clubs. Sport Bild already linked Real Madrid with him, so previously linked Real Madrid with him. But what I will say is the Madrid media haven't said that they're interested in him. How it first started was saying that his representation, his agent or whatever, had been instructed by the player to tell Real Madrid, hey, I'd be up for coming to you on a free if you'd be interested, kind of thing, right? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Now on the Bild Bayern Insider podcast. Now how do I pronounce his name? Tobias Altschaffel. Let's just call him Toby. He's a reporter. He claims Liverpool also have him on their list. All right. The reason given, Ibrahima Konaté's Liverpool contract situation, supposedly nearing expiry, no supposedly about it, means Liverpool are considering options. This guy says that this journalist says time is working against Bayern. The longer it drags, the more clubs come in. And the harder and more expensive it gets to extend his deal. Bayern want to renew, but Madrid and Liverpool are competition. Christian Falk adds, if Upamecano leaves, Bayern could turn to Konaté, a player they liked before his Liverpool move in 2021. So already the article is sounding very speculative, all these different clubs and different options and things, right? So let's just jump straight down to Dave's analysis. Headline versus reality. The headline screams Liverpool target Bayern's starting centre-back. Reality, it's not a Liverpool scoop. It's a podcast discussion between Bild journos, framed as an exclusive reveal, but really just speculation built on contract situations. Source credibility, Tobias Altschaffel or whatever, and Christian Falk are genuine Bayern insiders with strong contacts, but they're also Bild guys, which means they love to frame speculation as a bombshell. It's worth noting they recycled a Madrid angle, which was first reported by Sport Bild. The Liverpool angle is very thin. They're basically saying Konaté's contract runs out one day, therefore Liverpool might think of Upamecano. There's no evidence of actual contact, scouting, or negotiations, just on the list. Buzzwords, in the article, if you like, the blogger bingo, revealed, on the list, time is running out, high-class suitors, classic blogger bingo. Hidden Bayern PR. This is interesting. This reads as much about pressurising Upamecano to renew as it does about Liverpool. By saying Madrid and Liverpool are circling, it frames Bayern as the underdog fighting to keep him, while also reminding fans how valuable he is. And the Konaté twist, the ending flips it. Not just Liverpool want Upamecano, but also Bayern want Konaté. That part is clever. It keeps Bayern fans hooked with a possible replacement narrative. Dave's final verdict, he just says, this is a build special. Liverpool and Madrid name drops to inflate drama. Framed as a reveal, but is really just educated guesswork. Liverpool being on his trail is speculation, not reporting. The real takeaway, Upamecano hasn't renewed, Bayern are sweating, and Jonas are stirring the pot with big clubs' names. It's clickbait dressed up as insider intel, according to Dave. That's his opinion. Now, what I want to do is just remind you of, let me go here. Jose Felix Diaz published an article about Upamecano, and that was on, I think, the 21st of September. It was a few days ago. Jose Felix Diaz is the closest journalist to Real Madrid Football Club, the closest journalist to Florentino Perez. So you're thinking the equivalent of Paul Joyce and Liverpool. So when he speaks, about Real Madrid, you listen, all right, especially if it's involving Konaté. Now, back on the 21st, I think it was, in the article that he wrote, which I've actually just read again word for word, I wanted to refresh my memory. Upamecano is the headline subject. He looks to the Bernabeu was basically the headline, and has offered himself to Real Madrid with his agent working on it. Now, the context is that Jose frames this in Madrid's wider free transfer strategy, Alaba, Rudiger, Trent, portraying Madrid as the masters of waiting players out until the end of contract, should I say. In other words, free transfers. Now, the Konaté link in that article mentioned as Upamecano's France and ex-Leipzig partner. Jose Felix Diaz writes that Konaté also dreams of Madrid. Contacts have already been made, and in Liverpool, they are convinced there is already a commitment between the player and Madrid, just like there was with Arnold. Now, interestingly, Bad News Pierce, James Pierce, said the other day, maybe yesterday, I can't remember when it was, he tried to imply that Liverpool officials didn't believe that it was that there was already a commitment in place. However, the Madrid side is basically they're implying that they've got Konaté. That's what they're saying, and I think that's based on the amount of expression and positivity coming from Konaté's camp to Real Madrid. We want the move. Konaté, will come to you kind of thing if you want him, right? But the message in the Jose Felix Diaz piece about Upamecano, Madrid are interested in both French centre-backs. Liverpool are portrayed as resigned to losing Konaté. Bayern, meanwhile, risk being too late with Upamecano. Upamecano wants the Madrid move. Agent is working on it. I got the full translation there, which you don't need that. Dave's take on the article, Dave is Madrid-flavoured propaganda, he said. Madrid is the master planners. JFD glorifies Madrid's strategy of waiting out contracts, listing Alaba, Rudiger, Trent, painting it as normal and even smart rather than underhand. Subtle planting about Konaté. That line, in Liverpool they are convinced there is already a commitment between Konaté and Madrid, is huge. But it's slipped in almost casually as if it's just background noise. That's classic Diaz signalling without splashing. And I really agree with that opinion there by Dave, I do. Narrative framing, Liverpool aren't shown fighting for Konaté. They're portrayed as resigned, right? That's what the Madrid media want you to think, that Liverpool have given up, if you like. Whereas Bad News Pierce is saying, well, no, they haven't. So who do you believe? Madrid aren't chasing. They're calmly sitting back while players offer themselves. It is propaganda. That is what it looks like. And it's quite funny, really. Key takeaway, this is not an outright Konaté to Madrid done deal story, but it continues the narrative that A, contacts have happened, B, Liverpool believe he's gone, and C, Madrid are leaving space for him. Bottom line, Jose Felix Diaz uses Upamecano as the headline vehicle, but the Konaté nugget is slipped in to reinforce the ongoing Madrid drumbeat. that his move is only a matter of when, not if. And that is the vibe that Jose has been given or giving. He was on the ball with the Trent situation. Sometimes they say different things, in interviews and streams, informal surroundings than they would do in the print editions. I spoke to Jose Felix Diaz about Trent privately during all that saga, and certain things are said out of the papers. I always say this. The journalists like Paul Joyce, for example, there's a lot more that he could say, right, but doesn't for obvious reasons. But what I've noticed with Jose is he's showing with the Konaté situation, he's showing more. If you were to see him on television or on a stream, he's like, I think this is very advanced. I think it's going to happen. But in the print edition of Marca, it's very much like not as committal as that. It's not fact. Whereas when you're having a conversation informally on a TV interview, you can say, well, I think this. You can't really put that in print. I think this is going to be happening. It's got to be more factual, So there is a slight difference there. So Saliba's situation at Arsenal resolved. That scratches him off at Real Madrid. Marc Guéhi has never been mentioned by any credible sources in Madrid or Barcelona as yet. So don't worry too much about that. That's the British tabloid stirring that one. Upamecano, said to be offering himself to Real Madrid, not that they want him. And the Konaté situation, if you believe it, it's Konaté pushing for the move to Real Madrid, and they really want him. Although there had been apparent division or opinions within Real Madrid that maybe they fancied Saliba more than Konaté, a better defender in their eyes, but it made financial sense to go for Konaté on a free. And it was the same thing that they said with Trent, Pedro Porro at Tottenham is the better defender, but it costs 70-80 million. Trent might not be the best defender, but he's a free, and that's how we want to do business at Real Madrid. So that's basically the situation. Liverpool linked with Upamecano, very speculative. I still think we'll go for Guéhi in January. I don't think that's just because of the injury setback we've had. I think that was always going to be the case, even though Paul Joyce said it wouldn't be. I think that was just Liverpool saying, don't just expect us to come and give you what you want. But obviously now Liverpool a little bit more, looking a bit more desperate. So we shall see, guys. I know there's a lot of topics covered in this video, but I'm just trying to explain to you everything that's been said and that's going round. All right. Okay, I'll leave it with you. If you appreciate the video, if you found it informative, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. Remember, I am picking out the best comments now every day. Although it doesn't necessarily mean the best. It might be the ones that made me laugh. You know what I mean? For a free Cop Talk VIP membership. If you have anything to say, let me know. If you want to support me, you can get me a beer or a coffee. There's a love out under the video. It's called a super thanks. There's also links in the video description. And I always give a shout out to people that do that on my morning briefings. Okay, guys? All right, take it easy. I'll speak to you in a bit.